Hey everybody. One of the questions I get asked about a lot is how can I tell if my coin has been cleaned? Obviously as collectors we don't want clean coins. Cleaning hurts the value. And it's also a tricky question because there's no one right definitive answer to that. There's lots of different ways that coins get cleaned, and therefore there's lots of different ways that a cleaned coin can look. So if we're talking about silver, one of the most common ways of cleaning is the coin got wiped or rubbed with either a cloth or sometimes even like a fine wire brush or something like that. And that leaves behind a really distinctive pattern called hairlines. So what I've got here, I have two different Texas Commemorative Half dollars, both 1937. One of them has been cleaned and one of them hasn't. And the one that has been cleaned is the one on the left. The one that hasn't is the one on the right. And the way I can tell is the coin on the right has big kind of big bands of luster that aren't really broken up by any kind of weird lines or anything like that. It just has nice smooth bands of luster and just has kind of that nice satiny texture to it. The one on the left, you'll notice, particularly right around here, there's these patches of they almost look like tight patches of little micro scratches that all tend to run in kind of the same direction. They'll catch the light and light up. So you can kind of see a bunch of them catch the light right there, a bunch of them catch the light right there, and those are what are called hairlines, and that's the lines left behind when the coin got wiped or scrubbed or cleaned in some way. And for silver coins, it's a really clear indication that the coin has been improperly cleaned. There's other ways that silver coins get cleaned. Sometimes there's something called, they get dipped, which is a chemical process. Other times they'll get rubbed, but with such a fine cloth that it doesn't necessarily leave hairlines. It just makes the high points kind of unnaturally bright and glossy. But this is one of the most common ways that leaves behind these hairlines. This is the reverse side of both those coins, and one of the things you'll notice is it's much harder to see on the reverse that the coin on the left has been cleaned. And that's because hairlines tend to be most easy to see when they're in an open field on the coin. And the Texas Commemorative on the reverse side actually doesn't really have much open space in the fields. It's almost entirely just packed full of design. So even though the coin has been cleaned and there are some hairlines on the reverse, they don't show up nearly as easily because there's no kind of big flat field for you to really look at closely and pay attention to. They just get kind of lost in the design. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that this was helpful.